hope you're all doing well because Arsenal are finally back in action. Pre-season officially gets underway with a friendly against Girona. And although it's only a friendly, this is our first chance to see Mikel Arteta's squad, the champions, back on the pitch ahead of what promises to be another huge campaign. We'll preview tomorrow's game, we'll discuss what I'll be watching, and then dive into the latest transfer news, including fresh reports surrounding Bruno Guimarães and the ongoing Vinicius Jr saga. So grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy this episode. So first and foremost, we are heading to Girona for the first pre-season game of the season. And you can see the Arsenal boys are now back in training. Not all of them, because there are some players who went deep in the World Cup, so they have been given extra period to rest, the likes of Rice, Saka, but you can see the likes of Martinelli back in action, and this is very good news. Gabriel Magalhaes also back, so the two Brazilians are back in action. You can see the likes of Havertz. All those players are back in action because we are now beginning to ramp up preparations for the first pre-season game of the season. So regarding this means that tomorrow we will start off facing Girona, the La Liga side, in their home ground called the Montevideo. This is just a chance for Mikel Arteta to see how his boys will be prepared fitness-wise, injury-wise, tactically, some adjustments. And regarding all the transfer news that has been ongoing, Mikel Arteta will be looking to see his best 11, and this is an opportunity for Mikel Arteta to look at some of the players he might need, some of the players he might need to release his best 11, of course. So pre-season is always more about than the result. It is the first opportunity to assess the fitness of the squad, to see the new signings, the likes of Zolis, Melie, the likes of Hincapié, the new signings, to get a glimpse of what Arteta has been working on during the summer. So I'll be looking at the intensity of the Arsenal's pressing, how the new signings fit in, which academy players will get opportunities, and the chemistry between the midfield and the attack. Then we shall see also the performance, the tactical ideas, and the fitness levels where they are. So we have had plenty of news regarding players' fitness, players who are back training, the likes of Timber, the likes of Ben White. So this is the first of many games, including Real Betis, Borussia Dortmund, and also we shall be facing Como later in August. So also a chance to see the new signing Zolis, who in a behind the closed doors friendly, we managed to beat MK Dons 3-0. That was behind the closed doors, where Nelson, Nwaneri, and also O'Neill scored in that 3-0 win. So full focus, of course, for the fans is on the players' fitness, of course, and we'll be looking to start off with a win so that we can prepare well for that exciting season that is coming up. So Girona, who will not be in the Spanish league next season, they were relegated, but they are still a very competitive team, and it will be a very big good game for Arsenal players to test themselves in these coming days. So regarding the team news, as I said, Julian Timber was back with the squad, but he had to return to London to continue the rehabilitation because the injury that he suffered, which made him to miss most of the running, means that he is not going to be rushed back. So Timber is going to be scheduling his rehab bit by bit before he comes back. We are going to be without William Saliba, of course, but the likes of Hincapié, Havertz, Gyökeres, who came back from their World Cup exploits. Also Fabio Vieira, is also back after his loan spell. So Unai, one of the few players from Girona, who played for Morocco, reaching the quarterfinal. And I believe he's going to get a move because he is a quality player. Yeah. So we shall see the rotated lineup. Of course, going to start with the likes of Kepa, Mosquera, Calafiori, Hincapié, Lewis Kelly, Nogat, Dauman, Nwaneri, Zolis, and also Gabriel Jesus. So these players who did not especially go for the World Cup are the ones who are going to start in this game, because Arteta will try to give everybody an opportunity. So we shall see, can Zolis make an immediate impression with the players who come back from the World Cup? Are they going to be fit, or they still have fatigue? For me, I don't think they rested well, but I believe that they should be up and running. So that is the latest on the preseason, and hopefully we shall win. My prediction 3-1 to the Arsenal. So moving on to the saga, Bruno Guimarães. We now have an update on Bruno Guimarães. This is the latest update that Bruno G is almost an Arsenal player, because it is being reported that Arsenal are Newcastle have reached a £77 million agreement, 5-year deal. Remember in the last video I was telling you about how Arsenal bid £70 million. Now it looks like Arsenal have offered more than 77 million. This is in the region of 90 million euros. So it looks like the talks are progressing well. And next week, as I said, Bruno Guimaraes should be an Arsenal player. So this is a 5-year deal, and this is going to be very, very good news for all the fans around the world. You can see how competitive he is. He was fighting with Declan Rice. So Lequip have claimed that Arsenal increased their offer to 90 million euros, meaning that it's only the final details that are being left to be resolved regarding the agent fees, commission fees, all those small details. And I've come to realize that these transfers are very complicated. It's not just easy to go and buy players, especially in the Premier League. So this is saga is almost coming to an end, and hopefully by next week we shall unveil the number 39, Bruno Guimaraes. So it looks like the £70 million was rejected. Arsenal want to come in again with another offer, and the personal terms already were agreed, even during the World Cup. So that was no problem. So we believe the contract will be up to 2031. Yeah. So, and also one thing that made me convinced about this move is that Eddie Howe departed Newcastle. Yeah. So it looks like, and he had from what I'm hearing, he had a very good relationship with Bruno Guimaraes as the captain. So if you see Eddie Howe leaving, that means that it was out of its hands to keep Bruno Guimaraes. I'm sure Eddie Howe wanted to keep him, but because of the politics and the saga regarding this move, Eddie Howe also left. So Newcastle went and bought 2 players and midfielders to fill in the gap, but it looks like Bruno finally might be an Arsenal player. Yeah, so he's going to be sold, big blow to Newcastle, but of course he wants to come and join the Premier League champions. So it looks like also Lyon will be receiving 8 million euros as a sell-on clause. Yeah, this player we should have gotten even from Lyon. Yeah, because there was a time, I believe in 2021-22, Arsenal were looking for a midfielder to replace Granit Xhaka when he left, but they didn't push with this move, and we ended up now missing out on Bruno Guimaraes, who went to Newcastle. But it looks like finally we are going to get him. Yeah, and of course, even if you look at other news, there is a source that is saying that Arsenal have booked a medical already for Bruno. Yeah, and it being reported that Bruno Guimaraes has not returned back to Newcastle, meaning it might be on the move. Yeah, so this is the clearest indication that this is a done deal, and that Arsenal already had a medical scheduled for Bruno Guimaraes, meaning that this deal will be very soon be past tense. Yeah, so Arsenal are advancing for Bruno G. And if you hear the words of advancing, personal terms have been agreed, the medical has been scheduled. This is going to be great. And this summer, it has been midfielders who have been on the move. Elliot Anderson, Tonali, Fernandez, Tielemans, Andre Santos. All these players have been moving. Yeah. So if you look at this player, we shall be doing a rating for who is the best midfielder among these who have been moving. And I believe if we get Bruno Guimaraes, it might be a good deal. He might be one of the best midfielders in the Premier League in that position. If we get him, and we have gotten him the cheapest for 77 million, if we get a player of this quality, it is going to be a big deal, and it's going to be scary news for the rest of the Premier League. So that is the latest update. Then moving on to Vinicius Jr, the biggest story of the summer, which refuses to go away. Arsenal being linked. Arsenal have the money. Arsenal are just waiting on Vini Jr. And fresh reports are suggesting that Vinicius Jr has rejected a new contract offer from Real Madrid, increasing speculation. Now this is big. He has rejected the latest offer from Real Madrid. We all know he loves Real Madrid, and the issue is all about image rights. So, however, rejecting a contract does not automatically mean a transfer is closed. Real Madrid may counter offer. Vinicius may be thinking about this. There are a lot of things going on behind the scenes that us fans do not know. So there are still many factors involved, including negotiations, finances, the players' own long-term plans. So this is an exciting rumor. Nothing is official, but it's best that we stay optimistic, because this is a deal that is going to cause shockwaves in the football world. So that latest update that Vinicius is not re-signed yet has given us hope, because hopefully it may look like if Arsenal come in with an offer, and I believe Arsenal, Real Madrid have told Vinicius Jr. this is a take it or leave it offer. The offer that Real Madrid have put on the table, you either take it or leave it. So if Vinicius Jr has rejected this deal, it looks like Arsenal may be ready to bounce. So I'm interested to see how much money. If this is somebody who can thrive in the Premier League, because quality, their class is always permanent. On the big stage, always scoring, always assisting, big moments player. So if he has rejected that deal, then I'm starting to be optimistic that it's a move that Arsenal can finally push through. Hopefully in the coming days, we'll see where the response by Vinicius Jr. Of course, as I said, he loves Real Madrid. He wants to be there. He's the biggest club in the world. But if Arsenal can bounce at the right moment, we can capture this and make him the blockbuster signing of the Arteta era for the next 12 years. And then we can dominate the Premier League. Maybe I'm starting to overthink, but it looks like we can dominate if we get this kind of matching in our team. It's going to be scary for rivals. Yeah, so this is exciting. I'm really looking forward to this transfer saga. We shall be following every detail up to the end. This is somebody who has scored in the Champions League final. Yeah, he has won the Champions League twice for Real Madrid. So he's a big player. He's a player who should come to Arsenal, where he will be adored by their fans. The fans will absolutely go crazy for Vinicius. So what should we expect this week? This week will be very important for Arsenal. We've got the preseason coming on. Girona, the first game. The transfer rules must gather in place by next week. Bruno G might be an Arsenal player, and also there is a lot of movement that is going to happen of Of course, we expect Fabio Vieira, Reece Nelson, Gabi Jesus. There are players who are going to leave, that is for sure. So we shall be looking at that. So Gunners, over to you. Just tell me, what are you hoping to see against Girona? Do you think Bruno Guimarães is a done deal? Is Vinicius Jr a realistic signing, or is it simply too good to be true? Leave your prediction and opinion in the comments below. If you have enjoyed today's preview and transfer, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and we've got another season ahead. Thank you for helping us reach 165 subs. We are growing steadily, and this is only the beginning. So come on, you Gunners. See you in the next one. Peace out.